And welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Josh, aka Working Man Reads, here on YouTube and Instagram. The great Marie McWilliams here on YouTube and Bookstagram. She's popping off. One of the biggest channels in our HorrorTube community. Yeah, hashtag HorrorTube. She created a tag, and it is called the Dilemmas of a Horror Reader tag, I believe. Oh, horror nerd tag. We're going to be all right, guys. We're going to be all right. So, I have the lights off. I have lit a candle. I have lit. That's what the word I'm going to create today. I have lit a candle. I need to be sure that I blow that out because my entire house downstairs is created of wood. And that would also, there's tons of books because I have a problem. I am a hoarder of novels. So, yeah. So here we go. I set the stage. We have the ambience. We are ready to begin. So, here are the questions. I was not tagged also. I should mention that. So, I'm not cool enough. Someday we will be there. Here are the questions. How can you watch that stuff? And is there something wrong with you? The answer is yes. I have a lot of things wrong with me. My wife would probably have quite the list among many other people of what the hell is going on in this mind of mine. But I do think I am safe to society. I do enjoy reading horror novels and watching horror films. I also listen to heavy metal music and I listen to rap. So, yeah. And, yeah, among other things. But I also play video games that are violent in nature. It does not make you the human being that you are, the content that you surround yourself with. In my opinion, that's how I feel about it. I think that you can express yourself in ways that are not maybe PC or normal. I think normal is, you know what, screw normal. Honestly, I don't care about normal. So, I appreciate all my friends on here because we're not normal. So, but I do get this question regularly. Why do you write horror? Something's got to be wrong with you that you would write horror stories. Or why would you read that stuff? It's going to rot your brain with horrible scenes. And why would you want to be around that all the time? But there's nothing wrong with us. Well, maybe some of us. Doesn't it give you nightmares? The answer is no. The things that give me nightmares are everyday people that I come in contact with. That stuff's terrifying. It was funny. Somebody posted on one of my pages that I'm on for like bills, and they were like making a joke. It was like an obvious meme joke. Like Buffalo Bill signed Aquaman, and it had Aquaman in a Bills uniform. And people commented on there that they thought it was real. They didn't understand. They didn't even read it. First of all, they didn't read it. First of all, that's a very common denominator in today's society is that not enough people read. So yeah, thank you for being a reader. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, they were like, oh wow, I've never heard of this guy. And then people were going as far as to say like, oh, didn't he play for Green Bay? And like, that's pretty cool. So I'm like, wow, that's something to have nightmares about, is the intelligence of certain people that we live with in society. Yeah. So why do you like being scared? It's an adrenaline rush when you actually genuinely are scared. You ever remember when you were a little, I think it goes back to when I was a little kid. I think like, you know, everybody has that moment when they're like outside and you for some reason now you're alone and it's nighttime and there's like a distant, you can hear a bird or something and you can hear something in the woods and you just become hyper focused on everything happening around you. And that's like the primal nature of human beings, I feel, to where like it's fight or flight. And to me, if you get a really terrifying movie or if you get a really terrifying book, that's what we want. That's that adrenaline rush. That's that, oh my God, is this character going to live? Like, I kind of hope he doesn't. Like, that would be terrifying. Like that's just what we dig. It's just everybody has their I don't want to say vice, but everybody has their thing that gets them going. And honestly, just a terrifying horror story where you're like, yeah, oh my God, this person's gonna get eaten or like murdered. Like that's crazy and it's terrifying, and it's a relief from our real life 2020 terrors. So aren't horror movies and books all the same? So I assume like horror books and horror movies all the same? No, I mean there's different plot lines, different subgenres of horror. There's psychological, there's supernatural, there's splatter and splatterpunk and all that different stuff. There's a lot of subgenres and very different stories. I do have to say, like, when you're writing your own thoughts or your own stories, it's hard not to rehash some tropes that have already been done before. So yeah, sometimes you see similarities in things, but each story that every author crafts has different characters, a different spin on it, a different flair than what's been done previously. I mean, literature has been around for a very long time. Things have been written before. I mean, you know, what are we going to do? I mean, there are going to be some rehashings, but I mean, we're not like on the 6th season of Full House or something here where they're just like, you know, or Friends or something, you know what I mean? Where they're just like, let's just make Friends, but we'll make them nerdy and then we'll have Bang Bang Theory. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hating on those shows, but let's be honest, like everything's been done before. So, wow, these are ranty. I'm getting going right now. This is awesome. Why don't you watch something nice and cheerful? I do. I'm not a psychopath. I watch Christmas movies. I'm not a freaking nutcase. I'm not like Ted Bundy over here or something, or Jeffrey Dahmer. But I'm like, I'll watch some cheerful stuff. I mean, I straight up take months off of like watching anything horrifying if something actually gets to me. Like that American Horror or American Murder, The Family Next Door. Traumatized. I haven't watched a true crime show since that one. So if that doesn't tell you, I mean, I don't know what does. I do watch cheerful stuff. We've been binge watching Christmas movies for like a month now. It's great. I'm ready for Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody during our horror tag. But so now is probably the point that I could tag some people. So you know what? I wasn't tagged, so I'm going to tag some people. Let's see if I can get some people to do this. I want to see Spooky Noodles do it. So Nick, your boy, needs to do it. I'm ready to get you on camera and have you do this one. Who else? Who else can do this? That's a horror tube community. I mean, that's everybody in my group. But I don't know if Timmy's still. I haven't seen him make a video in a while. I'd love to see him do it. My boy Prue. We'll probably stop there. I don't want to get too many people doing it. Heck, I'd love to see Are You Into Horror do this. So Are You Into Horror, Richard, see if you can do it. That'd be fun, man. So if you made it this far, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a terrifying evening. That was almost like what Nick says. I don't want to do that. But if you're working right now, stop working and go watch the live stream for Coffin Couch that's about to start in 3 minutes. It's going to have Nikki in it. And I read past my bedtime. Dark Between Pages. She's got an awesome intro now. So go check that one out. I might even link her video that she did of this down below. So peace up. A-Town down. See you later. Peace.